Listen up, Cluckheads.
You're listening to Whiskey and Whine
With Rooster and
the Madman, where we talk about common sense, current events,
the Constitution,
morals, while comparing drinks of yesteryear to drinks of today.
So sit back, relax, leave us a comment.
Here comes Whiskey and Whine.
So, you know what they say, what's that old saying, that one man's trash is another man's treasure?
Yeah, but I don't care who it is. That was the rough way to tell the overlord he was adopted.
It's kind of a way to ease somebody into it.
I guess they try to use it as like a icebreaker.
Yeah, tomato, whatever.
Kind of like, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Adopted. You!
That's a good one.
Hold on, let me check. Oh, yeah, hey, we are recording. So weird without having morals here.
Yeah. So, welcome back, Luckheads.
You know who we are.
No, we do.
Current events and
common sense.
Constitution and
sometimes morals.
Yeah. We're going to be a little light on the morals.
Morals-ish.
Morals-ish.
Yeah.
We don't even have Jizzo here with us.
It's in spirit.
Then something. All right. So last week, that was our first one that we just did like a single drink for the night.
Yeah. So that was our kickoff, 75. So we're not going to be doing comparisons. We're just going to do reviews.
Yeah. So last week, and it wasn't a bottom of the barrel by any means.
No. I mean, for the money, it was a great bourbon.
Yeah. And I want to say that it was like, what? How much did that one cost last week?
It was $23, $24, something like that.
Something like that. So I figured that this week we could have something a little bit better, and then next week we could have the most bottom shelf, far left bourbon that we can find.
Well, it'll have to be the week after because next week is
the week after.
Tournament.
Week after, or we can sip on it during the tournament. I don't care. We're changing the rules now anyway. It don't matter. Nothing's sacred anymore.
Yeah,
Rooster. You know this, man.
I had to do something. It's my health is declining, and getting older. So
you are 50 now.
Yeah, I put on a lot of weight. My liver got a little bit bigger.
It gained a fifth load.
They call it like a fatty liver. I'm not real sure what that means.
That's all right.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's gonna be good though. But so anyway, in the chat today, the morals, she had messaged saying that remember that it's supposed to be a higher end one.
Yeah.
So I didn't go super high end, but I got something that was almost double the price of the one from last week. So it's only it costs like $46.
Yeah.
But this bottle is really freaking cool, and it's called Axe and the Oak Distillery Incline Rye Whiskey from the Colorado Mountains.
Nice.
I mean, the bottle, it looks cool.
If the water's really from the Colorado Mountains, I'm already excited because, one of my go-tos is always a 10-cup whiskey, which is distilled at like 5,000 something feet.
And that's one of the reasons why I try to get this too. But on the back, it says, a drink worth having a conversation over. And I want to have a conversation with you, Rooster.
We do converse.
We do converse.
That's what we do. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So, as a loyal fan, we are happy to introduce you to our Colorado Mountain Incline Rye Whiskey. We source the rye and the corn from Raven Camp Farms out of Hugo, Colorado. The sweetness from the corn offsets the peppery notes from rye and finishes with smooth caramel. That's right. Smooth caramel.
Dude, I'm just appreciative you read all that, and I was only halfway paying attention.
I'm not done. We then combine ours with delicious hand-picked rye barrels. This is the rye whiskey you've been searching for years. So anyway, the cool thing about this though that I liked is that for under $50, it's basically craft.
It's small batch, right?
Yeah, it's small batch. So this is from batch 11, and this happens to be bottle 850 of 1,000.
Nice.
So I mean, I'm hoping that it's going to be
not
something
blended, right? Is it single?
No. So I'm hoping that this is going to be kind of reminiscent of like Blackened.
Yeah, dude, that'd be pretty cool.
That's what I'm hoping for.
That was a great whiskey.
That's still probably one of the best ones.
They have a Blackened has a rye now too.
Yeah, I saw that. So, anyways, I want to make sure that everybody knows that this is not SeaWorld friendly.
No,
it is definitely a glass bottle, and that it has a real cork in it. So, are you ready to have a conversation over Axe and Oak? Presented
Absolutely.
to you by, it's a Colorado Mountain Incline Rye Whiskey.
So I only just have one question to Axe.
I
didn't really have questions. Go ahead. I just wanted to say that.
You got jokes this week.
I do. I always have jokes.
Apparently, I'm having the same luck you had trying to get this thing.
Well, there's a website you can get fixed for that now. It's all it's very discreet, and the Overlord told me all about it. Hymns.com or something like that.
Oh yeah, I tagged him in some of those. I tagged him in some of the hymns. I tagged him in some of the hers.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
It's 2023.
I'm not going to discriminate.
Yeah.
So all right, so let's do our Uncle Biden. Oh, it didn't pop.
It didn't pop. Wow, you weren't the first.
Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and do the Uncle Biden, Uncle Sleepy Joe Biden sniff test here. Now, because of this, I'm going to do it the way that they were telling us to do it at the Whiskey Fest, where that you breathe in with the mouth open and let it kind of circulate.
Oh, I was going to do it like Hunter Biden, so I'm going to put my credit card away, this little mirror.
Oh, dude, that actually has a really good flavor to it, really good smell, like whenever it hits the back of your tongue.
Wow.
Which is also what happens with Hunter Biden's credit card.
That smells great.
That really does smell.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
It's got that nice vanilla to it.
I don't know if it's the vanilla or the caramel. So, all right, here we go. We're going to get us a nice little pour here. Oh, and also this is $49.98. So it's a little bit stronger, but one of the things that I've noticed is that the rye whiskeys tend to be a little bit stronger too. I think it's probably have to do with the fermentation process. Let's see how much different it smells coming out of our tin cups.
It's not as sweet.
No, it's not, but I think I'm also picking up a smell of the
it's the enamel, the metallic smell. Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. So let's get our clunkage clinkage on.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, we can get the actual cool clink with the metal ones here.
Oh no. Let's take a sip.
Lost another mustache hair, stupid cup.
Hey, you bought them. Surprisingly, that doesn't burn either.
No, it's good. It's good.
It's got a little bit of burn after it sets for a second.
Yeah.
But it's got a nice little.
No, it's good.
It's got a nice little aftertaste to it. It's not like an overbearing aftertaste or anything.
Nope.
So, all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and get into topic number one here. You all right there, Sparky?
Mustache.
Well, if you want to, I can give you a solo cup.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll power through it.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
Mary Sue, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So do you want to start topic number one, or do you want me to?
You know what? I want to start this one.
All right. You let me know when.
And you let me know when the timer's ready.
The timer is. Okay, it's ready.
All right. So we've all heard of the beer out there called Bud Light. We've all heard of Anheuser-Busch. Not everyone has heard of Dylan Mulvaney. Well, Dylan Mulvaney, if I'm pronouncing the last name right.
I think it's Mulvaney.
Yeah. Could be. I don't know. Anyways.
Mulvaney, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So Dylan got a sponsorship.
Well, he's got several, but specifically...
Well, it was specifically to celebrate his 365 days as a girl.
Celebrating his 365th day of womanhood.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah. That's what the thing's been on his
Budweiser's
Instagram.
now, or Bud Light, I should say specifically, of Anheuser-Busch. They're giving him a sponsorship, and they've got a can with his picture on it, or her picture, however you prefer to go with that pronoun. They also have a new, I guess, rainbow colored cans coming out, things like that.
Yeah.
They're trying to reach out to a new demographic, and they're catching a lot of.
They're catching a lot of flack over.
Yeah, getting a lot of flack on this
now,
one.
First off, I couldn't care less who you put on a Bud Light can. I'm not going to buy any less Bud Light than what I currently do now.
No, I mean,
and guess how much that is, Rooster?
Yeah, it's going to be zero.
That's going to be zero.
So Bud Light is the beer that you get. We talked about that. If you're at a ball game and the beer guy comes by and it's the only one he's got on the tray.
Or if you're at your buddy's backyard barbecue.
And it's the only thing
he's got.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Now, my whole thing is that, you've got to know your audience.
Yes.
And surely the brain trust at Anheuser-Busch didn't think that was their audience.
Didn't think, I think, is the right topic you said on that one.
Now, every trans person that I've met, every trans person that I know, they actually have good taste in stuff like food and clothing. So I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that they probably have good taste in their alcoholic beverages. So why would you choose Bud Light? If you don't have to choose it, why would you choose it?
I've never been to any trans events or anything witnessed anybody just throwing back Bud Light after Bud Light.
Yeah.
But I can tell you,
I could see it if it was something like ranch water or
Bud Light has been pretending to be beer for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So why not give it to someone who's
it's Bud Light's kind of like having sex
flip.
Yeah,
the paradigm.
But Bud Light is kind of like having sex in a canoe. It's pretty clucking close to water.
Like it's not great beer anyways.
But then the other thing that it just is driving me insane is that all of a sudden Kid Rock, who hasn't been relevant in music in the past 23 years really, comes out and he pulls out one of his ARs and he shoots up a bunch of Bud Light cases. So you already supported them by going and buying it just so you could make this video. And it's a capitalist country.
Sure.
So, I mean, people can support whatever company they want.
Yeah.
But you just supported the company that you're making a video about not supporting.
Yes. Well, I don't understand.
I don't understand the logic in that.
Yeah, so you've got the boycotting. I think it's...
Is it boycotting or ball with the bobbing?
So, I mean, but there's a lot of people...
Diggy.
There's a lot of people out there calling for a boycott. I mean, which is silly. They have the right to sponsor anybody they want. If they wanted to sponsor us, they could sponsor us. Probably won't after this segment. But I'm just saying if they wanted to, they could.
And I'm not against I'm not one of those people that promote boycotting anything. I'm really
It's a
not.
silly reason to call for a boycott.
This is a very silly reason.
Now, do I think that they had a big swing and a miss on their demographic?
Absolutely.
I just think that they just kind of insulted their existing demographic.
I don't, really expect my 85-year-old neighbor that's out there in a pair of khaki shorts and a wife beater with some white New Balance mowing his lawn with a push mower while drinking a Bud Light.
Yeah, those New Balance better be white.
They are white, and he's got a phone clip on. I don't expect that to be the demographic that they're going for.
No, they've kind of missed on that one. So I mean, but again, it's capitalist country to each their own thing, do what they like.
I guess that it could be said that instead of a boycott, it could be a boycott because of womanhood. Timer just went off. All right, what do you think about this, man?
It's good. It's good.
I like it.
Yeah, it's better than Bud Light.
And it's not too bad whenever it shoots up your nose either. Woo! Got some of my allergies cleared up with that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I like it. I think that it's deceptive, though.
Yeah, I've always leaned more on the traditional bourbons and whiskeys over the rye whiskey versions. Rye whiskeys always have a tendency just to be a little bit more. I don't even know how to explain the flavor.
I think that this one's also a little different too because they talked about how they used the carameling process and all that. But I think that this is one of those that'd probably be deceptive because it's got very little burn, and it's got that natural sweetness like that caramel, that vanilla, something like that in it. I really do think that this is one of those that if you're not paying attention, it'd cluck you up.
No, it would. And that's what I was saying with trying to describe the rye that I've always had with that one is it's not so much the burn as you definitely know it's alcohol. Rye, you actually get the hint of alcohol more than you do. It's like bourbon, which is, kind of hides the alcohol a little bit.
Yeah, and with the traditional bourbons too, it's one of those things where that whenever it hits you whenever it hits your tongue, it's a bourbon. It's a whiskey.
And I mean, and to be fair, I think really when it comes to rye, I don't drink a lot of rye whiskeys. I mean, I've had Woodford Reserve rye, and
we had the Leadslingers rye.
Yeah, we did.
For Veterans Day and Marine Corps birthday.
Yeah, so I mean, and there's different ones, and of course, all the different whiskeys are based on the type of grain that they use, whether it's bourbon or American whiskey or
it's actually
in this
pretty
case,
good.
Rye whiskey.
Notice that your microphone.
Yeah, my microphone I think needs some hims.com too.
I noticed that it went limp there. And
yeah, it's just
maybe you should stop playing with it, and it would stay up.
Well,
or is it staying up because you're playing with it?
Could be staying up because you're playing with it. I mean, I don't know. I lent it to the Overlord. And now it's just all droopy.
Does it have a drip with it?
Yeah, it's very sullen.
Oh, what's that? Is that a burn from the whiskey, or is that a burn from? You know what? I'm gonna take another sip of this. Never mind. Never mind.
Some reason it has a cigarette burn on the end of it too.
That's weird. This cup smells like Steel Reserve. All right, man. You ready to get into topic number 2?
Yeah, absolutely. All
right.
So I took one. So 2 is you.
All right. Let me see what topic number 2 was. Okay, here we go. Timer started. So we had the Trump indictment, and I know that we talked a little bit about this last week. So it's kind of a follow up, but there was more stuff that finally came out because I guess it was 2 weeks ago we talked about. But 34 felonies he was indicted on.
Ridiculous.
And we're just going to preface it. We are not Trump fanboys.
Yeah.
And I know that for me personally, if somebody breaks the law,
no, absolutely,
then they deserve to serve the time.
Absolutely. But could you imagine how you'd be treated if you had 34 felonies charged up against you?
Well, about that. So Alvin Bragg, who's the district attorney or whoever was, that was presenting everything.
The New York DA.
The New York DA, yeah, that was presenting everything to the Ninth Circuit. He swore up and down that this was not a politically motivated indictment, or it wasn't politically motivated for them to go after Trump. But it just so happened to be they wanted to set the trial right during the middle of the Republican National Convention.
Well, I'm sure that's just
that's
just a coincidence.
It's got to be a coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, because the whole speedy trial.
Yeah,
that's supposed to happen. Yeah. So that doesn't sound super.
Speedy. It sounds like it's almost like a good 9 months out.
Yeah, and it's not like at all that he wasn't already cleared on exactly all of these same investigations at a federal level.
And it's not like the majority of these already have passed statutes of limitations.
Yeah. Oh.
But that being said. So we found out more about the 34 felonies, and it turns out that there was only one that he could possibly be convicted on.
Nice, but you gotta throw them all out there.
And I'm sure it has nothing to do since with there's no political motivation in this whatsoever. The fact that I believe it was his wife that was an aide for a former DNC.
That was the judge's wife, I believe.
Yeah,
is tied to she's tied directly.
And then he was too
to one of the administrations of the DNC.
How.
But yeah, he is too. But I mean,
but it's not politically motivated.
No.
And heaven forbid, because everybody, just like how everybody on the right's freaking out about the Bud Light, and everybody on the left is making fun of people on the right. The exact same thing's happening with this, and I just want. Because we're pretty middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So the one of the things that they haven't realized with this is that by bringing in a former president and doing this, now there is a whole new precedence of stuff that you can bring back up.
This is just like the filibuster. They in the majority rules, they like it right now.
But whenever it comes back to bite them.
But when it comes back in a couple of years and it gets used against them, and someone does the same thing, then it's going to be everything is a foul and it's not fair.
If that's the case, then they could do it to Joe Biden with
absolutely.
With what was her name, Teresa Reed or something like that.
Yeah, and Tara Reid, I think.
No, not Tara Reid.
Oh,
that's the girl from Sharknado.
Yeah, such a good actress.
Amazing. But I mean, they could do that with the sexual allegations against Biden. They could do that with some of the criminal investigations against Barack Obama. They could do that with the criminal investigations against Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Wait a second. What is that? Got a floating red dot. It's me! I mean...
My microphone hit the deck on that one. It's like, nope.
You're absolutely right. It's one of those things that it sounds really good right now.
Yeah, it always comes back.
Whenever things flip and it goes back, they're not going to like it.
Yeah. But, speaking of someone who's taken 34 felons before, Stormy Daniels.
And I want to point out that this is 34 at the same time.
Yeah. It's a slow day. But anyway, so her searches are up
It was a lazy Friday.
Yeah, her searches are up 650,000 searches on Pornhub, is what I read.
How many?
650,000 searches just for her name since this whole indictment.
So is Overlord responsible for 620 of those?
Probably. But in his defense, he was doing research. He was trying to find proof of Trump having sex with her.
And he
didn't find it. He found a whole bunch of other dudes.
That must have been really hard work for him.
Yeah, I mean, he needed a nap.
Yeah. I'm sure that he would have appreciated a hand in, doing all that research.
That's why he needed a left-handed mouse.
Oh, timer just went off. Timer just went off. Oh gosh. Oh,
we love making fun of the Overlord.
We do, but that's because that we love him.
Yeah, we love him.
The thing is that we can make fun of him.
Yeah, absolutely, but nobody else can.
But if somebody else was making fun of him,
it's not allowed.
We would have words.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
Well, I mean, except for
and those words, a lot of those words would be ow, ow, stop, ow.
But
that's my throat.
I mean, I would. I take a bullet.
Talk.
I take a bullet for the Overlord. I mean, not in the face.
No, or in the.
Not in the chest.
Yeah. Or leg.
I mean, maybe the leg.
Yeah.
Like the outside of the leg, though. Definitely not in the stomach.
I mean, if it was maybe a 22.
Yeah.
Maybe you could
not a shotgun.
A graze.
Yeah, not a shotgun or anything like that. Or a 50 cal.
I mean, 22 short.
Yeah. Or not a Magnum.
No.
I mean, it would not a slug.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'd take like a BB for him.
Sure. Still
not in the face.
No. You lose an eye.
That's how you put an eye out.
Dude, I could get a scratch.
Yeah. But I mean, I take a BB in the stomach for him. Through clothes.
You've had a jacket on?
Yeah, if I had a jacket on.
Yeah. Definitely, Overlord. That's how much we love you.
That's it.
A BB to the stomach.
Through a jacket.
While I'm wearing a jacket.
Which automatically eliminates all the summer months.
But.
Unless it's raining.
With the caveat, much like a certain person's lovemaking, only one pump.
So, in my defense, I call that move the Overlord. And only,
I think we're gonna get too much on that. Morals isn't here, so that's probably gonna be too much.
But as soon as she hears that, she's gonna.
We're gonna get a text.
We're gonna get a text. Be like, gentlemen, and I use that term loosely.
Karma.
What were you thinking? Remember, it was kind of like that time that we were up here that first time without the morals, and we were talking about the vaccination card or the tax card or whatever it was.
And you snuck in the card. You
can card this.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Which apparently I didn't use the word cluck.
Yeah, no, you did not.
Got in trouble.
You didn't.
Apparently there were some 13-year-olds listening.
Yeah, the Wicked Hand at Home was like, did he just say card this on the radio? Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I may have.
It's possible.
So, all right. So, I'll tell you what. We what have you thought about it so far?
It's good.
Okay. So, I'll tell you what. Let's how much do you have left?
I still got about a single worth.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Don't drink anymore. Take the cup out of your mouth, Rooster. Okay, fine. I'll match you.
Classy. It's a sippy cup.
Okay, so we got a Coke and we got a ginger ale.
Nice.
So let's do a mixer with it,
Okay.
and then we can swap cups.
Sure.
I'll drink out of the opposite side. You can drink out of the opposite side. So that way we don't share cooties. Mainly because I've been having to dip in. I don't want you to. I don't want to share that. I don't want to share at Copenhagen with you.
I did way worse than you.
So tell you what, I'm going to pour the Coke in mine. You go ahead and put the ginger ale in yours. Let's see how well this thing mixes as we go to one of our favorite topics. Let's see.
Right.
Okay, so I got a nice like little pour there. Okay, all right. Now let's get our clunkage clankage on. Here we go. Let's take a sip of this here. Mine almost tastes like vanilla Coke.
That's good.
Mine, it seriously almost tastes like vanilla Coke.
That is really good right there. I got the ginger ale, but that's good.
That is really good.
All right,
let me swap out here, and then you keep that one. I'll keep this one. Then we'll swap back here in a second.
They don't mustache.
The one they don't follow each other very well.
No, they don't go well together.
But
they're good.
But it is good. I think that over the course of this, before we switch back, I'll probably end up liking that a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, but it is time for one of our favorite topics.
The big
FUs. And since the moral's not here, it does not stand for follow up.
No, it does not.
You know what it stands for? I'm not going to say it. So moving right along.
Trying to come up with something clever, got nothing.
So I don't know if you heard that that with some of the stuff going on, that there's a political unrest, should we say, between the parties.
Really?
I know.
I don't think that's true.
So one, I firmly believe in the right to protest.
Yeah.
What I don't like is media bias.
No.
And I couldn't care less what you're protesting. I do care about the fact that now, especially with things becoming more transparent, I do care about media bias. And guess what was found out from the FBI this week?
What's that?
3.5 million paid to Twitter to censor people's First Amendment right.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, we all knew it was going to go off the rails. If you think back to not the last president, the president before that, the Obama administration, had actually changed the laws on government propaganda and what the government can do as far as advertising and, coercing propaganda, again, is the word. So we all know that was just a matter of time before that gets taken into a whole different level. Plus, we also know that, Biden in his first week of office when Psaki was his...
we'll circle back around to that.
Yeah, circle back gal, where she admitted that they actually have
circle back gal. There ain't no circle back.
Well, she admitted that they have direct ties and direct ports to Facebook and social media and all that stuff. So yeah.
Then I mean, on top of that,
use my tax dollars to suppress what I say. That's the way to go.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Did you not get that memo?
No, it's great stuff.
I mean,
I'm better for it.
You are.
Yeah.
I mean, especially as gas is going up again, but that's still, is that still Putin's fault? Yeah,
probably, or China or
something
could be.
Well, I mean, and especially with the fact that, China has now signed a deal with Iran and Saudi Arabia, with Brazil and Venezuela as a part of their allies, so that
don't forget North Korea.
North Korea didn't sign this.
Oh, okay.
But they're set to use the yen as the backing for the oil currency.
Yeah, Saudis agreed to start using the yen on that
which, is just going to destroy the American economy, almost like we should start drilling here.
It's weird, too, because it was like every president pre-Biden, Saudi would answer the phone when we called, and then when the current president calls Saudi Arabia, they don't answer, and now they publicly say they don't care about the U.S. opinion.
Yeah. And another thing that came out today as a follow-up, I don't know if you saw the press conference where that one of the aides that's I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he comes out saying that how great the administration is. So one of the reporters brought up the whole Afghanistan withdrawal, and he's saying, I don't see how you're saying that was chaotic. It was planned, yada yada yada.
13 died.
He blamed it on Trump, and said that it wasn't chaotic at all. That it was a successful pullout. 13 service members died, and we left them billions of dollars worth of equipment.
Oh, the equipment that didn't work.
That they were seen flying around.
2 days later, hanging a guy from Kabul. Yeah, from a Black Hawk.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have pilots and the things don't work. They couldn't even taxi it, was what we were told.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody lied to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so that was another thing that was a part of the big follow-ups this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of follow-ups, I know she's your favorite. I know it.
Oh, yeah.
I know that right in the foyer to your house, you have a picture of her, and you kiss the frame of it as you walk out. It's time for Where in the World is Kamala Harris? Where is she this week, Rooster?
Well, tracked her down. She's in Dalton, Georgia.
That's close to Mexico.
In Georgia, at least I know.
That is close to Mexico.
Well, Georgia has a border.
I wonder if she has Georgia on her mind.
She could be. I don't
Georgia.
know. Sweet Georgia. But yeah, so she's down there to talk about clean energy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that we've had even more numbers come forth for fentanyl coming across the southern border and illegal immigrants in the getaways. But did you hear about the $50,000 man?
Yeah, so the guy in Texas who bragged about stealing $50,000 from a Mexican cartel openly 2 hours later.
That sounds completely safe to do. If I stole $50,000 from the cartel, I would probably first thing I'd post it on Facebook and I would tag my location.
Oh yeah, okay. So he told people, and 2 hours after he told people and he was bragging about it, a truck or a van of armed men showed up and snagged him.
What? No.
Yeah, he's not been seen since.
No.
It's really weird.
Surely that's not how that works.
No, he's dead.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is, if you steal $50,000 from the drug cartel,
don't brag about it.
Do not brag about it. I don't recommend you steal $50,000 from anybody.
I wouldn't recommend stealing $50,000 from anybody. But then on top of that, the border was so secure that they weren't able to actually. I'm sure he went to Mexico to do that. I'm sure that wasn't.
I'm sure when they snagged him, they didn't take him back to Mexico somewhere, really quick and easy.
No, that's not how that works.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what happened.
Pow!
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
Timer just went off. All right, tell you what. Switch you back. Let me have that Coke and you have it ginger ale. Let's see here. That is really good.
Yeah.
I do think I prefer the Coke in it versus the ginger ale.
So I'm going to go ginger ale. I think the ginger ale made it better.
Well, that's because you're wrong, Rooster.
Oh, that's what it is.
And you know what? That was completely inconsiderate of me.
Yeah.
We're going to have an open discussion, just like what they do in politics.
Yeah.
And we're going to meet in the middle. We're going to agree that I'm right.
No.
So let's go ahead and have that conversation.
But what if I say 81 million people voted for the ginger ale?
Then we know that 81 million people are wrong because it's got a 67% disapproval rating as of today by 5:35. Which means that #winning.
No, it just means there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance
for this to get better.
No, I've always liked ginger ale.
Yeah.
There was if the Morals was here, she'd be able to tell me. We tried a Crown one time that tasted phenomenal with the ginger. It was the Crown Maple. The Crown Maple, the way it mixed with the ginger ale, it was fantastic.
Cool.
I like mixing ginger ale with a lot of stuff. There's something about the way that they've made this with the charring process, the barreling. It might have been the caramelization. I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
It almost tastes like if you go to Sonic and you get a vanilla Coke.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
And you have them put like an extra 4 pumps in it, which is something that the Overlord is not used to.
Not without crying.
So anyway, that's what it kind of reminds me.
No, I agree. It's much like a vanilla Coke, so it's really good.
Why do you prefer the ginger ale one?
I don't know. I just think it stands out a little bit more because, obviously I've had a ton of rum and Cokes. We've all had whiskey and Cokes and stuff
You've
like
had
that.
rum and Coke?
I know, it's weird, right? Yeah, I get so much energy and wait, sorry.
And we should buy a boat.
We should get a boat. We'll go sailing.
Yes, no, it's okay, it's cool.
Yeah. So, it's great. My sinuses are clear. Look what I can do. I can pull my own tooth out. But no, so, and it's obvious I like my rum and Cokes, but I don't know. It really seems to work with the ginger ale.
And I'll be the first to say that if you do try this, the Axe and Oak Incline Rye, that it doesn't taste bad with the ginger ale whatsoever. I just prefer it with the Coke.
Well, you can't go wrong either way you go.
But, that being said, the one thing that and this is partially my fault, I forgot to get ice because I was wanting to try it chilled as well.
Sure.
I really could see, lighting a fire, sipping this and smoking a cigar just out in the back.
To me, that's always been the key to
maybe a long stem pipe.
Yeah, the key to
cherry vanilla
showing
tobacco.
The difference of high end or more expensive liquors
maybe
versus
a monocle.
the lower. Is the lower you always seem to have to mix it, and then the higher ones are just really good sipping whiskeys and things like that. So,
what was the one that there was one of them that we tried before that sipping it by itself was god awful, but then the minute we mixed it, it was really good. Do you remember which one that was?
Oh, what was that?
It was one of the lower end ones. I just can't remember.
Was it a rum or was it a whiskey?
It was a whiskey. It was a whiskey or a bourbon. I remember because it was caramel.
I'd have to go back to my notes on that one.
But you remember which one I'm talking about.
I mean, there's been
we were both really surprised at how good
but there's been some
mixed.
surprises on this, adventure anyways that we've had. Like the night we killed the Boone's Farm bottle, and we were all like sad, or like it's all gone.
But it's all gone.
It's all gone. But we're only halfway through the show.
Was it all gone, Rooster?
Yeah, I mean $3, and that was like compared to that elephant butthole wine that we had from South Africa that was going against.
Oh my God, yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, and then there was the Viking mead, the Viking blood.
The Viking blood was really good.
That was just amazing.
But I was talking about like specifically the ones that we mixed. Yeah. We obviously didn't mix the mead, but there was one low end one. I'll have to go back to the notes and look too. There was one low end one that we absolutely could not stand the way that it tasted, like by itself.
Well, I promise you, it did not start with the word Kentucky.
It did not. It did not. Was it? No, it wasn't larceny.
I don't know.
Anyway,
yeah.
This is one of those that's actually it's really good as a sipping whiskey.
We might have had too many beverages if we can't think of which one it was.
Or have we?
True. We've not tried them all.
We have not tried them all. And, in our defense, to be fair. It wasn't until episode 75 that we only went to one.
Yeah.
So that means that 74 times 2,
sometimes 3,
sometimes 3. So I mean, realistically, we're looking at
was it Old Crow?
Might have been Old Crow.
Could have been.
We're looking at 150 beverages plus.
Yeah, because Old Crow was the good commercial you had. You like to get clucked up?
Yeah, you like to get clucked up. Who the cluck don't? And if you're like me, you like to get clucked up as fast as possible.
Yeah. I still tell it's funny. I still tell the story of after our first episode I was actually telling it today to a guy about the after we did Steel Reserve on the first episode.
Oh my God.
And then the next week you're at the liquor store and you see a guy buying a 40 ounce of the Steel Reserve. And you're like, hey man, I don't want to be in your business, but can I give you a couple bucks? Because there's a lot better choices out there.
So I completely forgot about that. That was That was at the Quick Trip over by the bunker.
Yeah, not the liquor store, but you're like, hey man, we can help you out. We get you something better, man.
Because then I even told him about whenever we opened it up, it smelled up it stunk the entire studio up, and you could smell it up out until all the way up into the hallway. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that one will always be a very memorable deal.
Yeah, that was one of the times that I actually wished that I was in the Overlord's dungeon with John Kerry cut out.
And then Morals bought him the fruit punch flavored Steel Reserve.
and then he messaged us the next day. He's like, that was a bad decision. And I remember reading it, and I took a second and I paused because I was trying to figure out which one was the bad decision. The drinking it or the fact that he shared how much it upset his stomach.
Yeah, sometimes it's TMI.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good, but we'll keep some of the other stories for future episodes. Recaps on those.
The ones that we can remember.
Yeah. Somehow I remember a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, anyways, you're going to the Coke, and I'm going to Ginger Ale. But either way, this is a great bourbon.
This is a great bourbon.
Axe Oak Distillery, or Axe and the Oak.
Axe and the Oak Distillery out of Colorado.
Can't go wrong.
And especially for the alcohol percentage, I was expecting much more burn.
Yeah.
Y'all really knocked it out of the park. I'd be willing to say that this is probably in my it's definitely in my top 5 bourbons that we've had on the show.
We'll cover that next episode.
Well, the next episode's only the last 10.
This is in the last 10.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about like entirely.
All right.
I'm talking about like out of the past like
spoiler alert.
Speaking of spoiler alert, did you ever sign Overlord up for the hymns?
No, but I've seen all the tags on Facebook you keep putting on him on that one.
Well, all I'm asking is for all of our listeners to help him out. And anytime you see those hymns or hers commercials pop up on your Facebook,
just feel free to tag the Overlord.
Feel free to tag the Overlord. I mean, and just remember.
Hey, maybe they'll make him a sponsor.
Well, we already did mention Boycott. All right, you've been listening to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman. And remember, in a world full of chickens, be a rooster. You're listening to Whiskey and Wine. Thanks for tuning in to Whiskey and Wine with the Rooster and the Madman, where you can catch brand new episodes every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Deep Dallas Radio on Locked and Loaded with DJ Shane Guns.
Special thanks to our sponsor, GiftedChicken.com, home to all your beard, bath, and body care needs. Veteran owner-operator right here in North Texas. Remember to pick up a bottle of Overlord's Dungeon Oil. It's 100% all natural coconut oil.
Leaves you prickly on the insides.